Hello and welcome to the first episode of FreightWaves Now of the year. I'm your host, Anthony Smith, and today we have Michael Vincent here with us, and he's going to give us a carrier update brought to you by PowerFleet. Stay tuned.
Your update brought to you by PowerFleet. I'm Michael Vincent, Freightcaster here at FreightWaves. Let's jump into it. Outbound tender volumes, as we all know, going through the holidays, drops off into this trough. We're starting to see the uptick climbing out of that trough as we do every year. As you can see down, I have the previous years with it, 2021 now in the blue and 2020 behind it here. But we see it stair-stepping up. So we're right here right now. We're moving into this area. So this should come up into the 14.5, somewhere in that area. Normally it should come up into that area. The question is, how much higher will it go and can it go with the imports being still full, coming in through the containers coming in through Southern California, et cetera, and the bookings quite heavy in that area, and that drives most of the majority of the over-the-road freight in the United States. So we'll see how that has an effect. The outbound tender rejects falling off a cliff all the way down to mid-November or mid-December numbers, 24.86. I say that in jest, falling off a cliff. Still 25%, almost 25% of all the tenders being rejected right now. Still tremendous pressure on capacity. Obviously, a lot of drivers offline, but you can see those rejections drop here, easing off from almost at 30. That should climb back up, like we say, and Zach and I have talked before. Is January actually going to occur? We're going to see that over the next couple of weeks, what happens here as far as it becoming an easy month. Outbound tender volumes, outbound tender rejects. Rejects in the color blue and light, darker blue, the more tender rejects there are. Volumes in the height. And you can see Southern California still quite high right here. Volumes coming out, even though it's down to 10,000 nationally. It's going to come back with a vengeance here. Atlanta still very high. Harrisburg very high. Columbus very high. And even into Joliet and Chicago still very high. So those outbound tender rejects, blues, will start to get a little bit deeper, I suspect, in some other places. And we'll look at some charts there that'll show you those indicators. If we move on to van, you can see where the van activity is. Clustered in the eastern half of the United States, as we usually see. You see the heavy volume of van coming out of Southern California, Inland Empire over here. But then you see your usual suspects, Atlanta, Columbus, Western Michigan right now looking pretty strong, Columbus area, and in Harrisburg over there, as well as having a big effect on that Pittsburgh and Erie market. We've been watching that all fall, really just the capacity crunch over there from those Columbus and Harrisburg sucking that capacity has been tremendous. If we move forward here to the reefer, we see center of the country and then into Indianapolis here and even into Wisconsin, et cetera. Idaho, Utah still quite heavy in the outbound tender rejects, pretty high, and still Central Florida over here just sucking all that, and Atlanta sucking all that capacity out of southern Georgia and northern Florida. The outbound tender rejects quite high. Same in Little Rock, extremely high with the tremendous volume still coming out of those areas there. Although the volumes are a little bit down, shippers shutting down for the holidays. With them coming back online, let's look at the most volatile markets. I've got the largest markets up here to see what's doing it right now in those areas. And you see that outbound tender volumes in Atlanta, a moderate increase here, and some smaller increases here as well. Harrisburg outbound tender volumes up 4.87%, down a little bit in Ontario. Dallas up 4.8%. Nothing tremendous. Joliet up 8.81%. We saw that in the previous map, how high that was. So these outbound tender rejects where you see the moderate decreases, et cetera, down to that 24.86. Expect that to not really stay there. And I'll show you that again here when you look at the outbound tender volume volatility and the head haul volatility is what I have this actually filtered for, the ones that have the highest head haul volatility, meaning more outbound than inbound. There's a tremendous amount of markets that are showing that trend right now. Now, these are the top ones in that area: Richmond, Spokane, Texarkana, et cetera, coming down here into Portland and Denver and Seattle. But others are coming that way too. And that's your carrier update. I'm Mike Vincent.
The comprehensive logistics offerings from PowerFleet cover in-cab ELD, fleet management, trailer tracking, cargo monitoring, and tracking other assets such as chassis and intermodal containers. Power up your operations with PowerFleet.
And that's going to wrap it up for this edition of FreightWaves Now. But of course, you can check out our apps on all your favorite platforms, including Google Android devices and Apple, and of course, Apple TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.